Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English Daily. I'm Emma. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Someone says, "Any place you want to try?" And you know exactly what you want to say. "I'm new here. Can you suggest somewhere good?" But nothing comes out. So you just say, "I don't know. You choose." And the moment is gone. This is what I hear from English learners every week. "Emma, I can write emails. I can explain ideas. But when I need help choosing something, I go silent." And here's the painful part. That silence costs you more than you think. Your coworker wants lunch together. You say anywhere is fine and miss the chance to connect. You need a good dentist in a new city. You don't know how to ask. So you search alone and pick randomly. The waiter is right there and can recommend the best dish, but you don't say a word. You point at the menu and hope. Here's what you need to know. Asking for recommendations is not just about getting information. It's about building real connections with people. When you say, "What would you suggest?" you're telling someone, "I trust your judgment." When you say, "Do you have any recommendations?" you invite them to share their experience. People love this. It makes them feel valued. Native English speakers use these questions every single day. Can you recommend a good place to eat? What do you think I should order? Which one would you choose if you were me? Simple words, natural questions, real conversations. Today, you're learning 40 of them, organized by situation, using only A1 to A2 vocabulary. And you're not just learning the phrases, you're going to practice with real conversations so you can use them immediately. Ready? Let's begin. Shadowing practice. Listen carefully. Repeat during the pause. Focus on sounding natural. Quick intonation tips. For yes or no questions, can you? Do you? Your voice goes up at the end. For WH questions, what do you or which one? Your voice goes down at the end. Category 1. Basic recommendation questions. What do you recommend? What do you recommend? What do you recommend? Do you have any recommendations for me? Do you have any recommendations for me? Do you have any recommendations for me? What would you suggest? What would you suggest? What would you suggest? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? What do you think is good? What do you think is good? What do you think is good? Category 2. Asking about restaurants and food. Can you recommend a good restaurant around here? Can you recommend a good restaurant around here? Can you recommend a good restaurant around here? What is the best dish to order here? What is the best dish to order here? What is the best dish to order here? Which restaurant do you like best? Which restaurant do you like best? Which restaurant do you like best? Where is a good place to eat nearby? Where is a good place to eat nearby? Where is a good place to eat nearby? What should I try on this menu? What should I try on this menu? What should I try on this menu? Category 3, asking about places and locations. Can you suggest a nice place to visit? Can you suggest a nice place to visit? Can you suggest a nice place to visit? Where do you think I should go? Where do you think I should go? Where do you think I should go? What is a good area to stay in? What is a good area to stay in? What is a good area to stay in? Do you know any good places for shopping? Do you know any good places for shopping? Do you know any good places for shopping? Which neighborhood would you recommend? Which neighborhood would you recommend? Which neighborhood would you recommend? Category 4, asking for activity recommendations. What do you recommend doing in this city? What do you recommend doing in this city? What do you recommend doing in this city? What is fun to do around here? What is fun to do around here? What is fun to do around here? Can you recommend any places to see? Can you recommend any places to see? Can you recommend any places to see? What should I do this weekend? What should I do this weekend? What should I do this weekend? Are there any good activities near here? Are there any good activities near here? Are there any good activities near here? Category 5, asking someone to choose for you. Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? What do you think is better? What do you think is better? What do you think is better? Which option do you prefer? Which option do you prefer? Which option do you prefer? If you were me, what would you pick? If you were me, what would you pick? If you were me, what would you pick? What would you do in my situation? What would you do in my situation? What would you do in my situation? Category 6. Asking professional recommendations. Can you recommend a good doctor? Can you recommend a good doctor? Can you recommend a good doctor? Do you know a good place to get my car fixed? Do you know a good place to get my car fixed? Do you know a good place to get my car fixed? Who would you suggest I talk to about this? Who would you suggest I talk to about this? Who would you suggest I talk to about this? Can you recommend someone who does this work? Can you recommend someone who does this work? Can you recommend someone who does this work? Where do you go for this service? Where do you go for this service? Where do you go for this service? Category 7. Being more specific about what you need. I'm looking for something quiet. What do you suggest? I'm looking for something quiet. What do you suggest? I'm looking for something quiet. What do you suggest? Can you recommend a place that is not too expensive? Can you recommend a place that is not too expensive? Can you recommend a place that is not too expensive? Do you know anywhere good for families? Do you know anywhere good for families? Do you know anywhere good for families? I need something fast. What would you recommend? I need something fast. What would you recommend? I need something fast. What would you recommend? What do you suggest for someone new here? What do you suggest for someone new here? What do you suggest for someone new here? Category 8. Following up on recommendations. Why do you like that one? Why do you like that one? Why do you like that one? What makes that place special? What makes that place special? What makes that place special? Have you been there yourself? Have you been there yourself? Have you been there yourself? How did you find out about that? How did you find out about that? How did you find out about that? Is there anything I should know before I go? Is there anything I should know before I go? Is there anything I should know before I go? Great work! Now let's see all of these phrases working together in real conversations. the way you'll actually use them. Conversation 1. Asking a coworker about lunch. Pay attention to how Kevin uses one question to open the door, and then keeps the conversation flowing naturally. We should grab lunch together. Any place you want to try?
Actually, I am new here. Can you recommend a good restaurant around here?
Oh, of course. What kind of food do you like?
I'm open to anything. What would you suggest?
Well, there's a great Italian place and a nice Thai restaurant nearby.
Which one would you choose if you were me?
I love the Thai place. The food is amazing and not too expensive.
That sounds perfect. What do you recommend ordering there?
The green curry is the best dish on their menu. I always get that.
Great! Why do you like that one so much?
It has the perfect balance of spicy and sweet. Really delicious.
Is there anything I should know before we go?
Yes, it gets really busy after 12:30, so we should go at noon.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the recommendation.
No problem. I'm excited to take you there. Did you see what happened there? Kevin turned an awkward moment into a real friendship, just by admitting he was new and asking Sophie to share her local knowledge. That simple act made Sophie feel helpful and valued. That's exactly what these questions do. Here's another situation, this time with a hotel staff member. Watch how follow-up questions turn basic directions into insider knowledge. Conversation 2. Tourist asking hotel staff.
Excuse me. I have a free day tomorrow. What do you recommend doing in this city?
There are many wonderful things to see. What interests you most?
I like history and culture. Can you suggest some nice places to visit?
The old town is beautiful, and there's an excellent museum nearby.
Which one do you think is better to visit first?
I would start with the old town in the morning, when it's less crowded.
That's helpful. Do you suggest I take a taxi or walk?
It's only 15 minutes on foot. I recommend walking so you can see the neighborhood.
Great idea. Are there any good places for lunch in that area?
Yes. There's a local restaurant I always suggest to guests. The food is traditional and delicious.
What is the best dish to try there?
The lamb stew is what they are famous for. Everyone loves it.
Is there anything I should know before I go?
I suggest making a reservation if you go on the weekend. It gets very busy.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed to know.
Notice how the tourist got far more than basic directions by asking follow-up questions. Which one is better and what should I try? The conversation became a personal guide to the city. The staff member enjoyed sharing because the tourist showed genuine interest. You've now heard all 40 phrases in real conversation. Let's lock in the key ideas before your challenge. Asking shows respect, not weakness. When you ask for someone's recommendation, you're saying, I value your experience. People feel honored, not bothered. Be specific to get better answers. What do you recommend? Gets a general answer. Can you recommend a quiet coffee shop with good Wi-Fi? Gets exactly what you need. If you were me, gets honest answers. This phrase makes people think about your real situation, not just give a polite, safe reply. Use it when you genuinely can't decide. Follow-up questions build real connection. Don't just say, okay, thanks. Ask, why do you like it? This turns a quick exchange into a real conversation. Your challenge this week. Ask for at least 3 recommendations in English this week. It can be simple. Ask a coworker, can you recommend a good place for coffee? Ask a server, what do you recommend on the menu? Ask a friend, what should I watch tonight? Use at least 2 phrases from today in each conversation. Notice how people light up when you ask for their opinion. That's the power of asking well. You now have 40 ways to ask for recommendations in English. Not complicated questions, real, natural phrases that create real conversations. The difference between people who struggle alone and people who get great help, they know how to ask. You practice today. You heard these phrases in action. You know that asking for recommendations isn't weak. It's smart and social. Now use them. Next time you need advice, don't stay silent. Ask someone. Build that connection. I'm Emma from Speak English Daily. Stop staying silent when you need help. Start asking with confidence. Your curious, connected English is waiting. Thank you for practicing with me today. Now go ask someone for their advice in English. Keep speaking. Keep asking. Take care, everyone. Bye.